Hello, everyone. I am just waiting to see my face on the other screen. It's not there yet, but I'm presuming that it's just a delay. So I am going to assume that we are good to go. I do see there are people in our live stream. We're streaming in multiple areas. Yep, there I see my face now. So it seems like there's a delay. I'm going to try to somehow pretend that delay isn't there, because that's going to throw me off. But good evening, and for those of you in other areas of the world, not United States, good morning. I think for most of you it's morning. So we have some exciting stuff to do today. First, I am going to switch over so I can see the comments thread. Very good. I'm sitting in my office as opposed to our recording studio because I am a one-person show. I need the computer. I need the multiple screens to be able to see the comments, make sure the stream is going. So that's why I'm sitting here instead of the other recording studio. But good. I'm seeing people confirm that they can see me and I presume hear me. So I think we are in good shape. What do we got going on tonight? I got a box today sitting on my doorstep from China, and at first it looked pretty small, and I said, that can't be the pre-production sample. That looks a little smaller than I expected. So all I did was I opened the side a little bit just to make sure that it is the treasure trunk and all the stuff inside are the pre-production samples. So it is the product that we're going to unbox tonight. But first things first, the scotch of choice for this evening is a very traditional Glenfiddich 12-year. So I hope you all have something equally nice to share. I always like to show off what my latest drink of choice is. That's the one that I will be enjoying this evening. And again, confirmation that you can hear me. Thank you, Lars. And hello, Brad. Hello, Pascal. A bunch of folks. Scott Smith. Awesome. So Scott, the designer of Dungeon Drop, of course, listening in. I'm sure we also have Gregory Skulnick listening in, the designer of Tavern Tales. And Darren, my fearless partner. Oh, man. God bless Darren. He has dealt with so much. You guys have heard about this right along the debacle that he had to go through with his house and is still going through. So he's in and out of his temporary living facility. He's dealing with they still have to defumigate the house and go through the cleaning process and throw away stuff that's been destroyed, and they haven't even started construction yet on the structural part of his house. So, I mean, him and his family living out of this temporary housing for months already, and clearly months more. I see Darren has just chimed in on the live stream as well. So thank you, Darren, for being here. Thank your family for bearing with you as you've helped keep Phase Shift on its tracks while you've kept your family on a whole different set of tracks. So, crazy times. We're doing a live stream here for the first time to multiple platforms simultaneously. We got YouTube, Facebook, the Facebook group, and the Facebook page. So 2 different live streams there, and Twitch. It seems like it's all working. What I don't understand is how I can see chat across all the platforms simultaneously. Supposedly this Restream tool gives me that capability, but it didn't seem to work exactly as intended. So I will do my best to bounce back and forth between the different chat streams. I will tell you that I will generally be focused on the Facebook Dungeon Drop group chat because that's where we have the highest volume of people. So if I don't see your chat, please feel free to hop over to the Dungeon Drop one. If other people on the live stream are checking the other platforms like YouTube or whatever, please do let me know if I've missed something. We'll do our best. This is all still kind of new, trying to increase our live stream capabilities here. All right, I see Fern has jumped on, found it in time. Yep, thank you. We have Miss listening in. Hello, Miss. And Modro, Jojo, awesome. Thank you. Welcome. Good stuff. All right, sounds like we're in good shape there. So what's next? let's see. Scotch, most important part. Second most important part. The game is the most important part. But what are you most excited to see? I'd love to just throw them in the comments. I had asked this over one of the Facebook posts earlier today, but for me, one of the things I'm most excited about are the dual thickness punchboard tiles. We have not done that, but actually there's a bunch of stuff in this box that we've never done before. So there's so much new stuff that I just can't wait to see. For me, the double thickness punchboard tiles are some of the coolest things that we really wanted to check out or try out. So really excited to see that. Pascal saying the treasure trunk, totally agreed, and you're gonna see it. And there's some surprise in here that you don't even know about yet. So I can't wait to show you that. Cool. So this is part one of the pre-production sample review process. They told me, they sent me all this, but it doesn't have some of the wooden components in it, but I think it has 80% of everything. So this is going to be the bigger of the unboxings. There will be another one at some point in the future. All right, I think let's get into it. Let's go. That's why you're here. So I am going to rip this puppy open. And let's take a look together at what is in this box. Expertly packed by our manufacturer. Actually really well packed. I gotta slice open some tape. Alrighty. So, the first thing that you're all gonna notice, get it out of the wrapper first. Drum roll. Super about the surprise. Excellent. Yes. All right. First things first. Oh, and by the way, I hope that the text is readable from left to right. You can, if someone can confirm that, I can flip the camera if I need to. Hopefully it is the right way. So, the treasure trunk. This is the first time we did a big box. All of our boxes up until now have been these small cubes. So this is the newer coloring for the small cube, but this is the first time that we did a big box. And let me tell you, Darren, myself, and Scott in particular, because this is Dungeon Drop, we went round and round so many times on the artwork, on the layout, the style. This is where we landed, that we put the wood elf on the cover, and instead of the green, for a long time we were showing off the green starburst effect. We went with this one because it prints a lot better. Green is a very difficult color to print in a vibrant way, the way that we had it with all the rays and everything. One thing I noticed right away is this does not yet have the spot UV. This is supposed to have spot UV. The wood elf is supposed to be in gloss, and then the rest is matte. So I will make sure that our manufacturer knows about that. On the sides, we have some nice views of all of the characters, and then just the logo over there, and more of the characters there. I guess I have to put it up like this so you all can see it nice and close. This is beautiful. On the bottom, we have the nice big logo, a little write-up, because we do have some retailers who are going to carry this. We didn't really expect that this was going to be a big retailer product, but in the end we did need our barcode and legal stuff and a write-up, because there's actually a fair number of retailers that are going to carry the big box, which is really, really cool. All right, so all I can say right now is I'm in love. We love the way this thing came out, the look of it, the feel of it, the size of it. This is great. We need to make sure we get the spot UV. All of the logos and the characters are all supposed to have spot UV. So that's the first thing that I'm seeing here. All right. I'm going to open this now, and we're going to start showing you some more stuff. Oh, I guess you should see it as I open it. So as you open it here, you can see that there are now other characters inside. We basically found a way to spotlight every character that we have in the game. There's the logo again on the short sides, and then here, so there's all the other characters. So all the old characters and all the new ones are spotlighted somewhere on the box. Now, under here, the Flame Demon. And all of our huge monsters. I'll do my best to get you to see them on the camera. I think that's working pretty well. There's all of our different huge monsters in Drop Too Deep. And, of course, the King Flame Demon. So, as most of you know, we played with this as being the cover on the top with this dark gray background and the red highlights with the fire. And it looks awesome. And if it was on the cover, it would have been great. But it was a little dark and not as like bubbly, family friendly as the rest of the game, but it was so awesome. So Darren, I think, had this idea that, well, the inside of the box could be all about the enemies and the big, huge monsters and everything. And I thought that was an awesome idea. So inside the lid is that beautiful piece of artwork that we did love. All right, I'm going to put that down. And what do we have inside? Looks like we have Dungeon Drop, Tavern Tales, our game trays, which I'm really excited to see those too, because we had to go through a lot of work to make them exactly as we wanted, and some other stuff under here. So let's start with the game trays, because I did show some earlier video and pictures of the game trays in progress, but these are now the final, much more developed game trays. So right away I can feel that there's these lips all the way around the sides. If you're, there's a popular game, Dice Throne Adventures, Dice Throne Season 1, Season 2. They have really good game trays, and they had the same effect. I'm sure others do it too, where the lips on the top and the bottom kind of curve up a little bit. That's so that you can easily grab onto it, even though it snaps in nice and strong. So that was awesome. In fact, I'm pretty sure we have the same manufacturer. I didn't realize that at first. So we have our nice swirl logo there, which is awesome. We started to use that a lot more. Originally, earlier version, which are in the other room, had our full phase shift logo, and it was just too much. You know, this swirl is a really nice design. Yeah, this is solid. This is what we wanted. We wanted this to be a tray that was super high quality, that you could use in this. You could use it in other games. We're actually going to sell 3 packs of these for $3.99 a piece. So $4 US for 3 of these trays. You can use them for any game you want, or they fit perfectly in here, obviously. They snap in very nicely so that nothing will fall out once stuff is inside. And yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. 2 compartments. You can actually fit all of the deluxe meeples, which are the thickest things that we have, in one side of this. I've already tested that. Excellent. I have absolutely nothing else to say. They snap in beautifully. And that's it. That's the game trays. Perfect. They nailed it. Well, I mean, it took a few iterations, but now it's nailed. All right, so we got 5 of those, which is what all copies of this will come with. Let's take those out. Not really going in any particular order. I'll just go with what's closest to me. Let me just look to see what comments came through. There he is. Scott knew that the Flame Demon was coming. Inside looks great. Bubble wrap. Dice Throne is an awesome game. Roxley have quality components. That's absolutely true. I'm a big fan also of the game. Dice Throne is a great game. Okay, next up is Dropped Too Deep, which is kind of what drew most of you, or all of you, to us. But before I open this, let me just show you now that more is exposed inside. So the inside printing is not just on the lid, but also on the bottom of the box. It's that darker gray to match the Flame Demon on the top of the lid. This is like the bottom of the dungeon now. And you'll notice that the separator in the center of the box is also fully printed. So the sides down here, the bottom, everything is fully printed, and it looks like a gigantic dungeon wall everywhere, which is awesome. dropped too deep. Scott Smith, you did a fantastic job on the first version of the game, and now we get to see the second. Actually, I mean, I don't even know if most of you have seen the box. I guess I should show you everything. So, the top of the box there, obviously our spotlighted flame demon again. Some other characters, armor, molten or forbidden pillars over there. Got our evil eye. That's the, oh god, my camera's backward. The molten shields there, another forbidden pillar, and then the back of the box with some credits, and not a standalone game. You need Dungeon Drop to play. Hopefully everyone here knows that. And then we got a nice image of a whole bunch of the components close up. Great. So once again, this is not Spot UV. So what that says to me is this was a digital proof, not a this isn't their like final offset printed proof. So that's fine. That's common. I've gotten many things from them like that. All right, the inside of the box, as always, is fully printed. Again, we got our night. Actually, that image there is the back. You'll see it in a second. It's the back of the huge monster cards. So that's on the inside. It's a little dark in the camera just because of the lighting. And then again, spotlighting more of the this way. Spotlighting more of the huge monsters in there. All right. Inside we have, oh, they did send me, I thought all the cubes were going to be later. So good, I'll be able to show you these. These are the forbidden pillars and the molten shields. I guess we'll just start right with that. So I had seen these in, I saw a photo of these. So those are the molten shields. They look exactly like the magic shields. Which do I have? No, I don't have them with me right now. So they're like the magic shields where they're sparkly inside with glitter, but they're orange because they're on fire. So those are awesome. And then, oh yeah. Oh, these are really rich. So these are the forbidden pillars, which are, again, identical to our normal pillars, but these are red in color instead of gray in color. And they still have that same marbly effect. So that's 2 of them. There's 3 more. I can just tell you that they probably look a lot better to me in person than they do trying to zoom in on them on a camera. But yeah, those are awesome. Those are great. All right. Now we have a whole lot of paper. Before I do that, this is the bottom of the box. So again, the bottom of the box. Oh, I didn't really show that to you before. The sides of the bottom, as you pulled off the top, have more of our characters from the expansion. And then the bottom, I think we have, can't tell if the, no, I guess it's sized correctly. It looked like her head is getting cut off there a little bit. You might have to bring her down, bring him down. Looks like the spacing is off slightly. And then the bottom of the box, we have a nice, huge layout of everything. Includes the second printing upgrade pack. That's a big deal. UK, CA, new requirements to sell in the UK. Thank you. All right, and then the inside, once again, we have some of our artwork from our classes in the expansion. So there's the Pyromancer in the middle, and I'm not going to go through each of them, but all of the different artwork from different classes. So, awesome. All right, let me just see if there's any new comments. Bunch of woohoos, can't wait. What are the game trays used for again? The game trays are used for whatever you want. Earlier videos, we explained how modular this treasure trunk is. You can put, as you can see here, you can put multiple cubes in here. You can put the cube for the original Dungeon Drop, Drop Too Deep, Tavern Tales. You can even put 3 more on the other side if you wanted, or you put the mats and the walls on the other side. And then only put 1 of those game trays in. Or you can just have 1 cube and put all the cards in that, and then put 5 of the game trays here. And the game trays can hold all of the cubes and the meeples and the new damage tokens, all those different things in separate compartments. So that's the idea of what those are for. Hopefully that makes sense. Alrighty, our rulebook. All of our rulebooks are now going to be color coded to the set. So this is the Drop Too Deep, so it's that nice red cover. You'll see in a moment. Actually, they're right here. Drop Too Deep comes with the second printing upgrade pack. So what that means is you get the original rulebooks reprinted with all the latest updates. Here are the original rulebooks, but they are now with this purpley color, because that matches the look of the box. In all of our new printings, it's going to be that purple blue box. So these are colored now to match that. And you'll see in a little bit as I open Wizards and Spells, I hope it's here, I think it is, that one has a dark black and purple color. So all the rule books here, these two rule books I'm not going to go through here because they're mostly the same as what you have in the original box. We just updated them. There's a couple rules tweaks and clarifications, but you're going to have... Oh, and this one, of course, you don't have at all unless you downloaded it. This is the Solo Spelunker rulebook, which we're giving you now for free in this box. So you'll have the official Solo rules now that we have fully fleshed them out and refined them over the last year. You'll also notice that we're using set icons now. So in that lower left corner, lower right corner, everything's backwards, is the set icon. That's the icon for the base set, which is just a cube. The icon for Drop Too Deep is like a flame. And then there's a promo icon as well. All right. Also in the box is a punch sheet of tokens. So those are for the 6 new races. And the Solo Spelunker token is used to keep track of how many turns you've taken in Solo Spelunker, and that matters because there's a new phase, a dungeon phase, where all the huge monsters activate, and you need to do that every 3 turns in solo mode. So it'll happen after the 3rd turn, the 6th turn, and the 9th turn. So that's to track which turner you want. Use it on that scorecard. And then there's these 2 tokens. These 2 tokens. Okay, I won't say any more about that yet. Then we have a shrunk-wrapped pack of cards. So this should be everything in the game, Drop Too Deep, as well as the second printing upgrade pack. In fact, all these cards are now open. I just unshrunk-wrapped everything. This is shrunk-wrapped separately. And that should be because that is the second printing upgrade pack. So there's 14 cards. I'll just open this next. Tease. Yeah. My prerogative. So let's go through this. This will be quick. These are going to be reprints of cards that you already have. But we're giving you the reprints of them because we tweaked the rules, we clarified some terms. We want you all, as our backers, to feel like you have the latest and greatest. I know I've backed other campaigns where it's a great game, then they release like version 2, and I feel like I got the original. The original's cool because I got it on Kickstarter, and maybe I have a little metal piece, but you know, I kind of want the newest rules and writing and all that. So that's why we're doing this. So yeah, Collector's Curiosity was one of the ones that it really needed to be clarified. For each gem type of which you have at least 1, score 6. At least 1. Not the other way it was worded was, of which you have exactly 1. So we really needed to clarify that. So now you got the latest of that. Fool's Folly. I'm not going to go through each of these. Unlocked chests score +3 each. So the word unlocked wasn't there. So we got a lot of questions. Is it all chests or only the ones that I could unlock? Gear Golem. So now a bunch of these abilities were changed simply because we added the word redrop or the word damage or the word heal or whatever. So, yep. High Elf, Stonekin, Gear Golem, Wood Elf, Boblin. All of these look exactly as I would expect. Then some classes: Adept, Archer, Bard, Beastmaster, Cleric, Mage, and Rope Master. So that is the second printing upgrade pack. Those plus the 2 new rule books, and those actually should all be shrunk wrapped together. Somehow I have to keep track of all these notes. I'll rewatch it later. These should all be shrunk wrapped together as the second printing upgrade pack. Okay, that's that. Moving on. Drink. Let's see if there's questions. The top left token, a bit too big. The claws will barely be on it. No. Top left token. Oh! Top left token here. So you're asking about the Molman. Yeah, you know, it's true. Generally, for the race tokens, we had this problem with the first version as well. In fact, I think I have that sheet here. I could pull it up. We had to make a concession, right? Do you zoom out and you have all the artwork inside and then white space around, and then the faces are so small, it's like, is that kind of hard to tell, versus you zoom in more and you focus on the face and the character, and then the extraneous stuff gets cut off a little bit. It's just a stylistic choice. We decided to favor more of showing the face so that you can really see the character. We can evaluate that one more time, but that's the idea. All right, and now we have this stack of cards. So the first set looks like it's the new classes, which you should know from the campaign. Armorer, Booby Trapper. That was one of the unlocks, I believe. Oh no, the Demolitionist and the Cook were the community-driven ones. So we'll see them here as well. Bounty Hunter. There's the Cook. Oh, look at the Cook artwork. I love the Cook artwork. There's slices of boblin. Oh, that's so cool. It took a long time to get that wording right, too. Cultist. There's the Demolitionist. So that's all you guys. That's all from the community through the campaign. The Enchanter. Monk. Necro. I love the Necromancer. We had this, I think this was one of the first pieces of artwork we did. So that was one of the oldest ones. We had that one ready to go. Relic Bound. That was a fun one. Spelunker. Time Mage. Time Mage, if you look closely, there's a hint of something in that image. Something that's not quite Dungeon Drop. Hopefully you picked up on it. I know some of you did. And I think we started with the Witch Arcanist. Okay, so that's that. So those are the classes. They look great. In the back, normal. Next up is the Huge Monsters. Brand new card type. So here's the card back that I was telling you about. That's the inside of the box. Looks like that. Looks great. And then the characters. The Arc Lich. Chaos Cube. There we go. Colossal Contraption. I love that. Boblin riding a mechanical beast. Cube Thulu. Holy cow. There are so... The community is, like, bipolar on Cthulhu. Like, a lot of people really, really wanted Cthulhu in the game. And then so many other people are like, I hate that Cthulhu has to get into every game. I get it. I like it, but I also understand that it seems like it's kind of forced into almost every game these days. In any case, the community voted. We put it in. Cube Thulu. I know we didn't put the H in the oh no, we did. No, Thulhu. We didn't put the last H in because we wanted it to be more readable for the masses. Cyclops. We had to redo that artwork. No one liked the first artwork. That's the second artwork. He's fun. We love Cyclops. Draglin. Evil Eye. Changed to Evil Eye from a name that we shall not mention. Flame Demon. Giant Gelatinous Cube. One of the last unlocks. I think this was basically, Darren and I said, we want it in the game. Let's make it the last stretch goal or give it, I forget what we did, but we said this should be in the game. So you have if you got the deluxe version or you got the add-on, you have the 10 millimeter gelatinous cubes, and there's two of them. This will now be a huge monster gelatinous cube, so it'll have the same like silk inside the green cube, and he'll just run around sucking up treasure and growing. Goblin King, Boblin King, Lava Kraken from the deep. And the arc. I love that artwork for the arc lich. Beautiful. All right, it says dragon, not draglin. Yeah, we debated this a lot. Should the names of these be the there's a difference between a proper name and a race name. So the dragons, there's dragons, right? That's as a race. Draglin is what we call the character. Boblin is what we call our goblins, but they're still like the Goblin King is Goblin King, not Boblin King. So we had to make the decision, are we going to go one way or the other? We decided to keep the enemies generic, but the hero, that's Boblin. Hope that makes sense. All right. Slurp. All right, next up is what do we call these? Group goals for the cooperative mode. So this is they look like quests on the back, but they have a G instead of a Q for group, and a blue instead of red, just to be different. And these are the group goals. So in a cooperative game, you're going to use these, and you're not going to use the quests. And they all have beautiful artwork up at the top, and then most of them have two sides, and these are just the two different criteria for how you can satisfy the goal as a group. Let me tell you something. I forget now because we're already thinking about the next campaign, but when we started this campaign, whether we had the teamwork mode fully figured out or not, I don't recall, but what Scott came up with for this and we developed together is so unbelievably fun. Darren and I both have admitted we like this mode better than the competitive mode. It's so great. And I can't wait for you all to try it out. So if you like co-op games, or even if you don't, please give this a try. It's different. It actually takes real cooperation. I don't know how else to say it. Other games kind of fake cooperation where it's like you could discuss it, but one person could just make the decisions. This is like, no, I think I can, I have the skill to flick that cube over into that room, and if I do that, it'll make a ancient arena, possible to achieve. And then if I do that, then on your turn, you're set up to get the arcane antechamber, whatever. It takes real thought, real collaboration. It's so much fun. All right, so let's go through a few of these. Ancient arena, arcane antechamber. Now, one of the things we had to deal with was the lightness of the artwork. That looks fine. We had to brighten some of the artwork up there. Ancient arena, I think that looks fine. Armory annex, that's nice and light. Banished bestiary. Cavernous campsite. Yeah, these look nice. These look nice and bright. I think we lightened them enough. Charged chamber. Diabolical den. Diabolical den. Diamond doorway. Alright. Grizzly guard room. We don't need to go through each one of these. There's 21. Healer's hall. Luminous laboratory. Minion maze. Love that one. Ugh. Awesome. These look great. Beautiful. Alright. Alright, no new questions over there. Let me just quickly click on the other screen to see if other platforms have questions. Alright, I think we are in good shape. Love how we got the room artwork into the tops. Yeah, so what someone is mentioning there, oh, that's Scott. So the artwork at the top, you're gonna see it again shortly when I open Tavern Tales. Believe it or not, we made that artwork for Tavern Tales, and then we found a way to incorporate it here as well. And we actually needed less of it for Tavern Tales. We needed more of it for here, so then we commissioned more of these just so that we could put them into Dungeon Drop. Yeah, all the projects came together in a great way. All right, next up is, and we're getting to the bottom of the cards here. Next up are the quests. So normal quest back. These are just the 11, 15 new quests. I forget what the number is. Arbiter's Alliance. Arcanist Adventure. Score 3 for each time your hero leveled up. Leveling up is now a thing in Drop Too Deep. That wasn't a thing before. So this is a quest that encourages you to find the relics and use them to level up as much as you can and get bonus points every time you do it. Gilded Grimoire, Glittering Gambit. This one's neat. You can get a good number of points if you just get 1 to 3 gems and then focus on other stuff. Or you can shoot the moon and go for 7 or more gems, but if you land in the middle, you get less points. So that's kind of a push your luck mechanism, I guess. Highborn Heist, just 5 points for clear gems and nothing for pink and blue. Illusionist Intent, this one's neat. You have to kind of predict what your opponents are going to do. Prismatic Purse, get a set of 1 of each, and for each set that you get, 12 points. All right, those are the quests. They look as expected. All right, there's another card that is like the huge monster card. It's called the Molten Shield. It's the same on both sides because it doesn't get shuffled in with the rest of the huge monsters. This is just always out. It's a reference card for when these Molten Shields come into the dungeon. They're going to be in the box at the start of the game, then they get dropped in during Explore. When they come into the dungeon, then you activate the Molten Shield card. You do what it says down here. It indicates that a monster that has a Molten Shield is going to do double damage. And then over here, it indicates that once you collect that monster that has the Molten Shield, you kill it, you get its points, and you get the Molten Shield, which now counts as a magic shield. So it's a magic shield with a little more danger, which is cool. All right, that's the Molten Shield. And lastly, at the end here, oh no, not lastly, there's 2 more sets. So these are the new player aid cards. So you'll notice that we had a lot more cubes that we had to add to this. You'll see in the top left there, we got Forbidden Pillars. Monsters, we had to indicate huge monsters, not just the dragon anymore, it's huge monsters, and you have to kind of see the separate rules. And then over on the right, we got the normal treasure up top, and then the idea of consumable treasure over there. Potions, magic shields, molten shields, relics, and the new armor are all considered consumable treasure. So we have that fully indicated there. That looks great. Everything is clear and readable. I like it. And on the back is our new kind of round structure and player turn structure. So you'll notice that the round structure starts with Awaken the Dungeon. That's the new phase. Then player turns, and then you check your weight. And over on the right, Explore, Act, and Loot. That's the same. But there are these new fellowship actions in cooperative mode, which are indicated down there. Great. And the last set of cards in Drop Too Deep are the races. Dark Commander, Infernal. Love these artworks. We had so much fun making these. Lavaling. Lurkman. Flick a consumable treasure. Obviously, as we now have the concepts of things like damage tokens, consumables, relics, molten shields, we're able to pull these terms into new cards. Leveling up, we're able to like wrap new abilities around all those things, which is awesome. The Molman was another one of the very first artworks that we had, along with the Necromancer, I think. Shapeshifter. Love that little guy. He's like an amalgam of all these other races. All right. That's Drop Too Deep. Don't leave. That's that. But that is everything for Drop Too Deep. I'm going to put all this stuff back in that box, close it up, and move on. Let's not waste time. But I will take a drink. Let's see what questions, comments we have. Always alliterate. Yes, Scott. This is another fun debate that we have between Darren and Scott. Greg and I, how much is too much? We love alliteration. We love all these Tavern Tales, Trials and Tools, all these things that just have alliteration. It's fun and it's memorable. It's great, but there are some times where we're trying to come up with something. It's just, there's nothing. We get locked in. Like, do we have to? We try to, but not always. The designer's name is alliterative, Scott Smith. Molman is Brad's favorite. Let's see. Jamar, sorry, didn't hear about the wooden needles if you mentioned it already. Wooden needles. Wooden needles. What did you... I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jamar. So if you want to clarify. All right. Let's move on while that is happening. So I'm going to uncover where this bubble wrap was, because there's stuff under there. And I want to talk about... Yeah, there's a few things under there. All right. So what's all this? There's a lot of bags. This is because I'm sure one of these... maybe it's... Oh, it's probably in the other box. All right. We have our velvet bag. Our cloth bag of holding from the original Dungeon Drop campaign. And it's great. It has that velvety feel. Most people really love that. There's a couple people who, I guess that feel like actually just turns some people off. Like it's like, I don't know, scratching a chalkboard for some people, which I didn't realize. We were fine to consider alternatives to the velvet, but for the new cloth bag in Wizards and Spells, the velvet the bag is going to be pure black. And so some people were concerned that it would catch dust and hair and be more noticeable. So we said, let's ask our manufacturer for different options for the different materials. This is like a canvas. I know we don't want that. We want something that feels like really regal and elegant. Something that's really elegant. This is kind of like a thin velvety. So they gave us a bunch of different, this is more like canvas or cotton. They gave us a bunch of different options here, presumably from other games. I don't know. Nemesis. There you go. It's one of their big ones. And we will entertain these different cloth choices. I don't personally know what they are, but we're going to find what we feel is best. What I will show you, this is a bag that I have from somewhere else. Uni. The brand name is Uni. U-N-I. I don't know who Uni is, but this, it's like I don't know material. I got to bring this to like a seamstress or something because I like this material a lot. It's got a shine to it. It's really strong. It doesn't stretch. It doesn't wrinkle. I really like this. I don't know what this is, but I kind of want to find out. It's really flexible, but it doesn't like wrinkle or anything. So I kind of want to find out what this is and maybe consider this one for it. Anyway, that's a whole bunch of stuff that they gave me, which we will review. Then under that, we have our new stringy thingy. It is mostly the same stringy thingy that you know, except we now have the nice swirl icon on it. Just thought that would... It's circular, so we thought it would fit nice. Some folks had asked if we could change the string color. Sadly, it's not easy to do that. Not unless we were printing like tens of thousands of these. So it's black string, which works perfectly fine if you're using our mats, which are light gray. You can see the black just fine. So there's our new stringy thingy. Love it. Then we have, what's this? I think this is our new promo pack, although they gave me two of the same thing in terms of the metal cubes. Not what I expected, but that's all right. So this is the new 2020 promo pack. It has 2 metal objects, which I'll open in a second, and 2 cards. So this is a Flame Demon for Tavern Tales. It's like in shrink wrap. Can I quickly open? There you go. There we go. All right, so that is a Flame Demon for Tavern Tales. It has our promo icon down there. That's the set icon for promo cards. You get 5 points, and all other people immediately lose 1 point. It's a Flame Demon kill for Tavern Tales. And then there is the Pyromancer. I don't know why they're individually shrink wrapped. They don't need to be. There's the Pyromancer class. promo card. Again with the promo set icon down here. All right, and then there's two metal I'm just gonna say objects that come with it, although they gave me two of the same one for some reason. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love it so much. That is the Dragon Flagon. That is Draglin, three-dimensional Draglin in a mug, in a flagon with a handle. Oh, that came out so nice. It's hefty. It's got weight to it. It's solid metal. Well, solid. I mean, it's hollow inside. That is so cool. Now, I think the second one that they gave me is the one that has the wash effect, which pulls out the detail. Let's see. Yes. So this is the version without the wash. This is the version with the wash. You can see it there on the camera, I think, that this one has much more of the detail pulled out that you can see. So that's what you're getting with the wash. Beautiful. Now I just gotta see why I didn't get the Flame Demon cube. There should be a metal Flame Demon also in this promo pack. So I didn't get that. Maybe that's one of the things they're still working on. Okay, moving on. Gregory Skolnick just chimed in. Flaglin. Oh, we can call it Flaglin. Yes, that is. So the purpose of this is in Tavern Tales. This serves as your your current player marker. So this gets passed around the table as the player's turn changes. Otherwise, use the cardboard pog that we give you. But this is way cooler. Way cooler. Oh, that is so nice. I'm so stoked. All right, down here we have Skeleton Skulls. I'm not going to waste time opening this. Many of you already have this. We're just getting more of them, so they had to give us a new printing of it. So nothing new. Lockpick Toolkit. Okay, so this is the new Trials and Tools. There are 3 cards, and then there will also be, what did we say? 4 treasure dice that are included with it. So it's these 3 cards plus 4 treasure dice. They're not giving me the wooden cubes yet. Those will come. But Lockpick Toolkit rules card. The Treasure Trial rules card, also 2-sided. Basically on the back of both of these are what's called activation rules. God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it centered on the camera for you. Hopefully it's working. And then the card, or the play card that goes with it, that's the Treasure Pool for the Treasure Trial, and this is the Lockpick Toolkit. So this is like a special card where you're actually going to put a cube here. In this case, you're going to try to flick the cube up to the 1, then over to the 2, and down to the 3. You have to get, in or touching the green areas in one flick. You can pay for additional flicks, but you need to get it to the 3 and as few flicks as possible to get the chest open and make the most gold out of it. And then this side, you put your treasure that you want to get rid of here, and you put a good treasure from the treasure pool over here. And then you need to flick yours at this one, knock this one off, and have yours stay here. If you recall from a fairly popular movie, there's that sandbag that someone is trying to swap onto, take the gold monkey statue and leave the sandbag there. That's what this is. So these both represent these like precision flicking opportunities. Really interesting additions to the game. It adds 4 more treasure cubes to the game in a creative way. Very cool. So that's Trials and Tools, courtesy of Silver Lightning, was our contest winner. He had submitted both of those ideas to our design contest, and we selected both of them and combined them together to make that add-on pack. All right, these are punchboard tiles. These are thick. These are the dividers. They come in the treasure trunk. And the purpose is these are, if you'll notice, a normal game card is just underneath the title. So these are card dividers that are slightly higher that are going to go into one of the boxes, the cube boxes. You kind of keep it open, put the top onto the bottom and keep it open. And then these go inside and separate all of your cards by classes, goals, huge monsters, quests, races, rules and aids, player aids, rules cards, rule books, spells from the new Wizards and Spells. And I think that's it. Classes. So there's 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are great. They're dividers. They're cardboard dividers. That's pretty much all there is to say about it. Let's see. Wash one looks amazing. Thank you. All right, let me see if... Yeah, I think everything is still going good in terms of the live stream. Yeah, we still got watchers on all 4 platforms. We got YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and the other Facebook. So awesome. Thank you all for joining. If you're on the Facebook Dungeon Drop group, I'm seeing your comments in real time. If you're on the other platforms and commenting, I apologize. I have to go to a different area to see them. Josh McCartney, thank you. Everything looks fantastic. Awesome. Dividers are well made. So great. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Satin. So Shannon, looks like you commented earlier on the material. I wondered that. I wondered if this bag is satin. I don't know how to tell other than bringing it to a professional, which is probably what I'll do, because I think this is the answer. Whatever material this is, I think we want our spell bag to be this material. And it might be satin. Yeah, the uni pouch material looks really nice. Thank you. Meeples. People like meeples. Alliteration is on point. Okay, moving on back over here. What's next? So there's 2 boxes left. Well, this one's already unshrunk wrapped, so I'll start with this one. Look at this cute little box. So this is Wizards and Spells. Enchant your dungeon. It's much thinner. It adds 2 new game modes. It requires Dungeon Drop and Drop Too Deep to play. Don't buy it on its own. It supports 2 to 5 players. So it is an adorable... So we love this size so much. It is exactly... Not that this matters too much, but it's exactly 1/4 the size of a normal box. So if you had 4 of these, they would make an exact stack of cube boxes. So as time goes on, we will probably have... One of the ideas that we have is that maybe rather than all these little mini expansions, maybe we combine 2 or 3 of them that are maybe related into a box like this that's actually got its own box. And wow, this is solid. It's just such a cute size. And if you get 2 of these, if we had 2 of these, they would stack in here in the exact same space as one of our game trays, the plastic game trays. So everything about this is meant to be kind of geometrically compatible. That's something that we were definitely trying to do. There's the bottom of the box. Some nice imagery. UKCA. UK requirements were legally compliant. All right, let's open up. So one of the things that's not here yet, I just noticed, in fact, same thing here. There will be thumb holes. There will be small half circle thumb holes in 2 sides of all of our boxes moving forward. So that you don't have to do this kind of thing like I have to do right now. Although, did we do that with Wizards and Spells, or did we say the smaller size didn't need it? I forget. I might need to look at that. I think we still did it. I think we still said we were going to have the holes, but we might not have been able to fit it with the content that's there. I forget. This one's not as much of the problem. The big ones, we definitely want to have it. All right, so in here, this is the bag that I've been talking about. So right now, this is not even the velvet material. This is currently just a placeholder material. So this is the bag in question. It's going to have this nice embroidery. Look at that. That's so cool. Wizards and Spells. So that's embroidered. That's not just printed. That's We wanted this to be sexy. So this is for the spell cubes, which I don't think are here yet. They're the wooden cubes that we didn't get yet. That'll be in round 2. It's a smaller bag than the other one. It doesn't need to be bigger. It's just got 9 cubes that you put inside, and you just kind of reach in with 2 fingers and pull out the cubes. So that's a nice size. We just need to get, in fact, I think I almost purposely made it almost this exact size because I had this and I was like, that's the perfect size. Yeah, it's almost identical. But I do think this material is preferred to this material. So I'll figure out what that is. All right, so that's in there. That does look nice. I mean, that's a bright purple. I love the way it pops. The thread is awesome. Looks great. All right, then we have some cards and tokens and rulebook. So like I said, all the rulebooks now are going to have that thematic coloring to it. We also do fun stuff on the back of all of our rulebooks because, you know, we're gamers and we like to have fun. Yep, everything inside looks as expected and beautiful. This has 2 game modes, Wicked Wizard mode and Sinister Spells mode. There's Sinister Spells. That's only 2 pages. That one's short and easy. And then Wicked Wizard. And they each play different. They both allow the game to go up to 5 players for the first time, which is awesome. All right. Let's put that back. Oh, we did not do inside printing for this. We know... I keep all my expansion boxes. I don't know about you guys. I keep them all. But we know that there is a general consensus that unless it's something really unique or special, most people discard the expansion boxes. So this was a case where we just optimized. Didn't expect that this was going to be a box that people cared to have that extra inside printing on. But all of our big boxes right now, we intend to have that awesome printing on all of them for as long as we can. All right, so we got some shrunk wrapped cards. This one will be easy because I think they're all the same type of card, which are spell cards. Shrunk wrapped. And that is the spell Quake. And that's the picture of the cube. So they're all black cubes with bright purple iconography. Snare. Command. He's got like a little joystick over his head. I love that. Siphon. Shock. Charm. Beautiful. Love that heart icon. Really creative. Warp. Petrify. Doom Gate. We were going to call it Infernal Gate because drop too deep, Inferno. But then it would be 2 words and everything else was 1 word. So Doom Gate. And back to Quake. Did I show that one already? Snare. Alright, that's it. On the back is a modified player aid. The round structure is the same. You see it's Awaken the Dungeon, player turns, check wait. But over on the right, the player turn, there's that new spell phase, number 2. After the explore phase on everyone's turn, there's now a special spell phase. And it works slightly different in Sinister Spells and Wicked Wizard, so they're both listed there. And that is why we gave the updated player aid there. And then, token sheet. So we have the 5th player token. The 5th meeple is a purple meeple, and there will be a purple meeple in the box. There's this. And then 2 Petrify tokens. The way Petrify works, it's helpful to have that token that you throw out as a reminder on the ability that is being petrified. Nice and simple. That is Wizards and Spells. And that leaves Tavern Tales. So, let's get into Tavern Tales. Thumb holes, Darren said, confirmed, yeah, that we did do thumb holes. Yep, on the small box as well. Don't forget the whiskey. That's correct, Lars. I will not. Okie dokie. And that takes us to, I think this, wow, this is heavy. I knew this was going to be heavy. This is a cube, same size as the others, that is almost completely packed with cardboard. So, and while it is empty, I'm just going to quickly hold up the inside of the treasure trunk. So you can see it's got all the artwork there. Very cool. It's like a dungeon. Alrighty. Pour the whiskey in the flagon. I half want to do that. I'm pretty sure I could die. I don't know. I mean, these things are tested, but they're tested. Well, I guess they're tested so that people like me don't die if I actually do that. Or you, Pascal, or Lars, whoever suggested it. I'm still not going to do it. Okay. Tavern Tales, Legends of Dungeon Drop, where stories become legends. I love this illustration that stretches from one side to the next. It's all the heroes in the tavern. So cool. And then on the back, got some nice promotional text going on there, some credits. And we're specifying that it is a standalone game because it could be misunderstood as, an expansion for Dungeon Drop, which we did not want it to be confused with. Bottom of the box, set collection meets bluffing. And all of our nice legalese. Nice little play diagram. Looks great. You can actually make everything out. I was a little nervous that it might seem too small, but you can make it all out nicely. And this one is zoomed in more, and we also show how those room tiles slot into the double thickness tiles, which is what we're about to see. Let's go. On the top is the rule book. We have fun with, where is it? I can't get my finger there. There we go. The Mimic eating phase shift games. Cool. All right. I don't think there's anything to really worry about with the rules. Everything is fitting exactly as expected. Stop. No need to keep going past this page until you've played once or twice. Then the evening is just getting started, and you can add in elite heroes, or specialty rooms, or specialty drinks, 2-player rule modifications. That was a mode that we had added during the campaign, and it's so cool because this game being a bluffing game, and the set collection, the style of game that it is, it was really built for 3+ players. But it's hard to explain unless you've seen the gameplay. I'm not going to go into it here. But what Greg and I had worked through to come up with that 2-player mode, we had to change a couple core rules in a way that, at first seemed like heresy. That's not the same game. But holy cow, everything works. All the same rules apply, and all the abilities and everything. Just that it had to have those couple tweaks, and now it plays amazing as a 2-player game. It's just a slightly different experience. All right, at the top are room tiles. So these are falling. These are that should not exist. I don't know what that is. These what am I saying? These are punch board, and it looks like they are pre-punched. I don't know if that's the way they'll come for you or not, but these are the specialty rooms. These are all thick punch board, and the back has the I love this. If you'll notice that illustration, it actually is all five depths of the dungeon. So on the outside is the mine shaft, and then it spirals down. You see these staircases down to the next layer down is the ice caves, then the caverns, then the catacombs in the gray, and then at the bottom is the Inferno. And we weren't quite sure what to do with the back of these room cards, and so we asked our art firm for some creative ideas. The first idea they gave us was an overland map with like trees and forests, and we said no, doesn't even make sense. And then they came up with this. We're like, that's awesome. So sometimes it just takes a couple iterations. Anyway, each of these circular tiles is a specialty room in the dungeon. This is where that artwork came from. In Drop Too Deep, the top of the group goals has those artworks. They are basically slices, rectangular slices of these. But here they're circular. So there's the ancient arena. Diabolical Den. We love these artworks, and yeah, these are great. Diamond Doorway. Is it not centered exactly? I'll get a ruler later. No, I think it is. Something about it at first I was wondering. I think it's just the camera playing tricks on me. Everything's backwards. My whole life is upside down. Luminous Laboratory. This was one of the ones where the artwork previously was really, really dark. And we lightened it, and then I also said maybe that was just our own printing mechanism versus this is printed professionally, in China. So Minion Maze. Perilous Prison. Guards. Rose Runes. Studded Steps. Thieves' Throne. I love that one. If you look closely, there's like hidden treasure all over the place. There's like secret doors in the back. There's little hidden compartments. Some treasures under the throne. Some treasure is under the carpet. Very cool. Vast Vault. And I think that's where we started. The Arcane Antechamber has a special spot for a token, which you'll see shortly. All right, so that's that. You're going to shuffle the stack of rooms and randomly choose some to put out on these. What is next? Oh, I see what they did. They didn't need to. All right, so this is what I said I was most excited to see today. This is the first time we've done double thickness punch board. So first of all, to do the double thickness, they had to print and then cut and then glue that to another thing that was printed and cut. So that's the double thickness. Oh, they're upside down. That's the double thickness punch board tile. That's the one for caverns, and apparently they just gave us the circular cutout, even though that's never needed. You never use that. I don't know if that'll be in the final version or not, but what's supposed to happen is if you're gonna put a specialty room in the caverns, you randomly choose one of these and slot that in. Is that fitting in? That might be a hair too big. It's not perfectly slotting in, but that's the idea, is that these circular tiles slot into these larger double thickness tiles. Now you don't always put a room in each one of these 5 depths, so for any that you don't, you flip this around and it's the same artwork on both sides, but this side doesn't have the indentation, so you just flip it around that way. So again, they gave us these like inside pieces. The irony being that these are the correct size to fit in nicely. These seem a hair too big, so we'll work with them on that. That is totally easy to fix. But yeah, holy cow, seeing these, the double thickness, this is something that Darren and I always wanted to be able to do something like this. We have other games in the works for down the road, and we will be using this kind of approach much more. Love it. Very cool. These will really have a nice table presence. out in the middle of the table. All right, so that is those. A whole bunch of poker cards. All right, let's open that. And let's see what comments we have in the meantime. Think and drink. Pour the whiskey. Food grade material, maybe, probably not. Yeah, I'm not going to take my chances on that drinking from the metal that's been dipped in paint. Do it. Okay. There's actually only 2 types of cards in this giant stack of poker cards. Hero cards with that back, and feat cards with that back. So let's go through the hero cards. These are all the heroes that you know and love from Dungeon Drop, such as the dwarf, who is a specialist in the mine shaft, which is one of those depths. So you'll notice that the top of his card matches the top of the mineshaft card. That is to say that he can go into the mineshaft and steal a lot more treasure than other people. All right. There's multiple copies of each of these, so I'm not going to go through and bore you. Stonekin. Let me just kind of slice the deck a little bit. The gnome. These guys are all having fun, though, in the tavern. They're not dropping and falling to their doom in the dungeon. They are getting ready to duke it out in the pub, surrounded with drinks and friends having a blast in the tavern. This wood elf is an adventurer. She can go into the mineshaft or the ice caves. So she has 2 different places she can go. She just isn't able to claim as much stuff there, like the specialists. The fairy, I went to the... Where can she go? The mineshaft or the inferno? I went to the inferno! Half-orc, ice caves or the catacombs. Shadow folk. Oh, I love that picture. Just so you know. Alright, and then in here is also some elite characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 elite characters, and they are the 6 races from Drop Too Deep. It just worked out perfectly that there were 6 elites in the game that Gregory had made, and we had 6 new heroes from the expansion, so it just worked out perfectly. So there's the Molman that Brad loves so much. Lurkman. They all have a special ability, and they can go into any of the 5 different locations, as you can see up top. Lavaling, munching on something that she probably breathed on to cook. Infernal. He's so happy. Darkmander. And our friend the Shapeshifter. Having a blast. Awesome. All right, that is the deck of heroes, and then the deck of feats. These are the things that you claim to have done in the dungeon. You either went to a particular area in the dungeon and came away with things like gold, or you stole blue gems, or clear gems, or you were working on your royal quest. We all have a quest in Dungeon Drop that we were working on. Or you killed some trolls, or goblins, or a dragon, or a flame demon. If you have the promo pack, that's what the flame demon card was for. You shuffle that in here. Or you were going after the relics and leveling up your hero. Really fun, vibrant artwork and cards. We really wanted this thing, when it's on the table, to just pop everything about it. Just fun, vibrant colors. This is a mimic. So the mimic gives you positive points when you first get it, but then the second time you get a mimic, it's worth -2 points. But then the third one's worth 8 positive points. But then the next one that you get's worth -3. But then it's up to 12. So he like bounces back and forth as a mimic. He's kind of volatile and unpredictable. So you have to space out properly or you can get hurt by the mimic. Crystal Golem. He adds to any other gem stack. And he's like a wild gem. He could be clear. He could be blue. He could be pink. Gelatinous Cube. We all love the Gelatinous Cube. You basically can slice him up and draw a random feat from the deck, and that's what you get. Do you slice him up and see what's inside? Secret Door. Magic Bolt. These are special adventurer powers. Potion of Stamina. Oh yeah, and this one is so much fun, the Dragon Egg. So if you get a Dragon Egg, 6 points. Awesome! But for the rest of the game, you do not want to get another Dragon Egg, which means there's going to be a lot of hands. If other people are going after Dragon Eggs and other things that maybe you want, you kind of have to duck out. So there's a whole strategy around how to use Dragon Eggs and keep other players away from stuff that you want. All right, that is a giant stack. I think it's 72 cards or something like that of feats. Let's see what else is in Tavern Tales box. There's more stuff. Oh, and I didn't show you the inside of the box. I didn't look at the inside of the box. There should be printing. Yes! So this is the top. The lighting is hard. I'm sorry. But the inside of the box here has the 5 different depths of the dungeon. So it's all those artworks. It's this way, is right side up. And there's the ice caves. Yeah. When you have the light on it correctly, it looks great. Trust me. And then on the bottom is the specialty drinks. We have the Magician's Mead. Let's see if I can do this right. That one is the Dragon's Vein. That is Slime and Lime. That's the oh god, I'm forgetting. I'm sure Gregory knows immediately. And then that is Boblin's Bubbly in the middle. What's the strength one? Endless Drop. It's called Endless Drop. All right, what did we have in the bottom? There was stuff. Here it is. Okay. This is a punch board sheet. That is the, let's punch it out. That's the first player token if you don't have the promo pack. Nice big chunky pog. And that is the special token for the Arcane Antechamber. Very simple punch sheet there. And then we have the scorecards. So we have one for each player color. And the colors are also made to match those 5 specialty drinks because on the back, there's those same pictures of the specialty drinks, but now with a special ability. So if you're the purple player, you have the Endless Drop ability, or the Dragon's Vein, or the Slime and Lime, Magician's Mead, and Boblin's Bubbly. So these are kind of in advanced mode. You play it after your first game. Don't play with it the first game. Get used to the game. And then now you can either randomly dish these out, or whoever won the first game gets to choose which specialty drink power they want. But basically it just gives everyone an asymmetrical power in the game to add a little more interesting stuff to it. Whew! What is this? What time we got? 8:25. All right. I think that is it for Tavern Tales, and I think that's it for everything. So let's do a quick recap. I definitely have a couple notes, takeaways to go over with our good folks in China. I am not worried about anything that I saw. it will all be correctable. All in all, I am stoked. I love seeing this giant box. It's so cool. All the new stuff, Tavern Tales, the little box for wizards and spells. What you didn't get to see today, you didn't get to see the huge monster cubes. Those are the wooden cubes with printing that they said were not yet ready. The armor cubes, same thing, wooden cubes with printing that aren't yet ready. So they're working on those. They're also working on another reprint of the base Dungeon Drop game. So they're going to send me all of that all at once. And that's when we'll see and approve all of that stuff. Let me look really quick to see if there are any last questions or comments, and then we'll wrap up what we're doing here. A lot of work. Space Boblin. Space Boblin might show up in the future. Infernal has become a favorite. Ben Stiller, Starsky and Hutch style. Little Pewter never killed anyone. All right. People are still trying to kill me with... All right, so... what's next? We wait for that second set of samples, and then we approve everything. Work with China as needed to tweak. You heard me say a couple things here already needed to be tweaked. So we work with them accordingly. And then we approve. Then they start mass production. Now, realistically, when is that? Probably about, in truth, probably 3 weeks from now. Because they'll probably finish up the wooden cubes in the next week. Send those to me. We approve everything. Probably in 3 weeks, maybe 4. They'll start mass production. Then that's it. They work for 45 days, churning everything out. And then we will, during that time period, that's when we'll know much more about the world and the shipping issues and delays that are still happening everywhere. But we'll be able to work with our logistics company, OTX, and really figure out what's the reasonable time frame. When are we going to get inventory on boats? How long are those boats going to take to get to their respective docks? And then when can we start shipping out copies to you? So we will be working hard to get you a reasonable shipping schedule as soon as we can. In the meantime, we don't slow down at Phase Shift Games. There's a lot of stuff that we're working on. I mean, literally, I've been sitting here staring at this. I haven't even shown you this. This is a prototype box. Prototype for Drop Drive. So this is the game that we have been working on a lot. It's so exciting. This is going to be the next Kickstarter. And it's a totally different game. It's not Dungeon Drop. So get ready, because this is sweet. Can't wait. Meanwhile, I'm also working on Queen's Quest. That's in the kind of last quarter of development. It's a bigger, deeper game. So that's something on the longer term horizon. And then we even have another game of Scott's that we have signed and early design stage right now. If you're on our Discord, then you already know. You've seen us talk about it a little bit. The name of the game is Slopeside Resort. So draw whatever conclusions you wish from hearing that name. Hopefully it evokes a particular reaction, a visceral reaction that we're looking for. Ping me and let me know what you think when you just heard that name, Slopeside Resort. What does that mean to you? What's in your head immediately? What kind of game does it sound like it might be, and what theme, and so on. Be interesting to hear what you think. Yeah, Scott, yeah, I have a box. Actually, Scott, it's on its way to you too, because you need those little pieces. So you're getting one of these with the pieces. Yeah, lots of stuff in the works. We have so much great stuff. We've got a great network built up of partners at this point. We are super, super happy with our manufacturer. I mean, I think you saw on this live stream, well, yeah, one of the cloth bags had Nemesis on it. Like, we have a very mainstream manufacturer. They do some of the biggest projects. We're working with some awesome publishers. We've got in America, or actually in all English territories, we've got Impressions is a great partner. They're a what's called a consolidator. So they basically help to get our games into mass distribution, retail distribution across the globe in all English territories. Meanwhile, we are newly partnered with Lucky Duck Games. You may have heard of them. They're very big and popular, and they are helping to get our games translated into a whole bunch of other languages. We already have Dungeon Drop translated into Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Chinese, which I presume is Mandarin. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of other languages, and it's a lot of work for us as a small shop. Darren and I don't have the capacity to really pursue all the different regions, whereas this is bread and butter for Lucky Duck. And so they offer this as a service to smaller publishers especially. And we are stoked to be working with them. They know their stuff. They are super excited about our entire portfolio, so they're already making strides to work with different localization partners to get our games translated into other languages. So really, really exciting time for Darren and I, and Scott and Greg. Awesome to have them along for the ride. They make some amazing games. We just could not be happier with how everything's going. Life is hard right now. We're not dismissing that. A lot of struggles. Everyone's struggling in daily life. COVID, I hope it seems like, at least in some regions, we're on the upswing. I hope that's true in most countries. I think we're hopefully going to see the tail end of this pandemic being impacting everyone's life immensely, and maybe some semblance of returning to real life. We're looking forward to that. The major conventions, Gen Con, Essen, PAX Unplugged, at the moment, they're saying that they are on for the fall of this year and winter. And that bodes well. I hope that's true. As we get closer, we'll see. Maybe they have to cancel. Who knows? But we're excited to get back to some semblance of normalcy. But as far as phase shift and everything we've been doing, and the trajectory that we're on, and the quality of the games, the new games that we're working on behind the scenes that you don't even know about, it's because of all of you that we had the opportunity to make these and everything else that we're working on. So once again, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you so much for being with us, and thanks for checking out our live stream. About an hour and a half in, I'm going to call it at this point. Take one last sip of scotch, and I'm going to wish you all a wonderful evening, great day, and we'll hopefully talk to you all soon. Thank you so much.